Did you know that this is actually extremely illegal, but we see it in the movies all the time? The government actually has very strict rules when it comes to how money is handled on a film set. This isn't something that studios mess around with, as it's more than just the risk of fines. There's a real possibility of jail time if you break these rules. A lot of people don't know this, but the Secret Service really hindered studios when it came to storytelling and money. The Secret Service was actually created during the Civil War to crack down on America's counterfeit money problem. By the end of the war, they had to make it illegal to create fake money and even photograph real money, as the photograph itself was considered to be a counterfeit bill. When people started making films, movies were sort of grandfathered into the law, movies literally being moving pictures. That's when we get to 1910, the silent era of film. Studios were put between a rock and a hard place. Money is such a huge part of all of our daily lives, but they had no real way to show it under the current laws. So the creatives got creative and actually went over to Mexico to take as much old Mexican currency as they could. Because of the Mexican Revolution, this money was worthless, but it was worth its weight in gold for filmmakers. It wasn't until 1960, 15 years later, that the Secret Service loosened up on the restrictions on creating prop money. Let's take a look and see what hoops your favorite movies had to jump through in order to show the green on the screen, and what happens when they mess up big. Let's start with the obvious. You can't create prop money that is 100% identical to real money. This is a no-brainer if studios were using their resources to create hyper-realistic looking money. As soon as the director calls cut, it would be a free-for-all. So the rule is that if it's an exact replica, the bill itself has to be 75% smaller or 150% larger than a normal bill. This is usually only used in scenes where money is moving around, or you don't have a real sense of scale. Now, you can make an exact replica at the exact same size, but the other side of it has to be blank. This is a much more practical solution, and probably the one you see most often. In shots of money band, close-ups, or when you have someone holding money, it's always better to have this type. Sometimes you have a situation where the creators of these fake bills are too good at their jobs. In Rush Hour 2, there is a scene where a casino blows up and millions of dollars are falling from the sky. To prepare for this scene, the prop money company, ISS, made $1 billion worth of prop money. After they filmed the scene, some of the extras grabbed some of the bills off the ground and took them home. Here's where the trouble starts. They then tried spending them out in Las Vegas, and the Secret Service got involved almost immediately. They swarmed the film set, shutting down production, and then they confiscated all of the bills. Then they went to Greg Bilson, the CEO of ISS, and actually accused him of counterfeiting. They came down hard on his company and forced him to send a recall letter to every production company that bought and was using his money, because it looked so real. The company managed to survive, but it appears that they no longer make prop money. Rule number 2, legal tender can't be destroyed. Burning, blowing up, or destroying money is such an effective way of grabbing the audience's attention and showing the motivation, or lack thereof, of a character. It works because of how shocking it is, but it's not exactly shocking that it's against the law to use real money in these scenes. This isn't a law that's just for movies and television. It's actually illegal for anyone to destroy money. Even flattening a penny on a train track is technically a crime. Are you gonna get in trouble for it? Probably not, but these multi-million-dollar productions will, especially with the amount of cash destroyed. Not only is it illegal, but it doesn't make financial sense to use real money anyways. You can buy $50,000 worth of fake money for like $50. And this is also one of the bigger punishments, as you can be fined significantly and even face up to 10 years in prison. Now, this next one is the most interesting to me. Prop money must feel different from real money. If you've ever gone to the grocery store, paid with cash, and then put both the receipt and change back in your pocket, you might have found both wrinkled up after doing your laundry. However, the dollar bill will usually still be intact while the paper receipt is destroyed. This is because money is not made of paper. It's 25% linen and 75% cotton. These bills and almost every other bill you see on screen are just paper. Did you know that this was actually a problem for Robert De Niro on the set of Goodfellas? He hated the way fake money felt in his hands and insisted on using real money. The prom master had to go to an ATM and withdraw thousands of dollars of his own money so that they can film the scene. At the end of each take, the director screamed, "Everybody freeze," and no one was allowed to leave until all the money was counted and returned. I don't know why De Niro was so upset about the fake money. It just feels like any other piece of paper, but he's the star of the show. Rule number 4 is a simple one. You can't print money. Remember how I said the United States bills are 25% linen and 75% cotton? Well, that specific blend material is only available to purchase by the United States government. It's actually illegal for anyone else to own. Printing your own paper money, even for non-nefarious reasons like film production, has strict rules. Following all the other rules that I mentioned before, the bills must be printed with a resolution of 72 dots per inch. That is extremely low. For reference, here's the Mona Lisa at 300 dots per inch, and here it is at 72. This, along with the feel of the bill and size, are the main deterrents for using this money in the real world. Now that's all the rules about the physical bills themselves, but there's still work to be done. The law specifically states, all negatives, plates, positives, digitized storage medium, graphic files, magnetic medium, optical storage devices, and any other thing used in the making of the illustration that contains an image of the illustration or any part thereof are destroyed and/or deleted or erased after their final use. So what the hell does that mean? The focus is on ensuring that the means to reproduce the currency are eliminated by destroying the materials and tools rather than the prop bills themselves. To break it down simply, imagine you're baking a cake. The materials would be ingredients like flour, eggs, and sugar, and the equipment would be like the mixing bowl, oven, and spatula. So when talking about creating fake money for films, materials and tools refer to things like the original digital files, the machines or plates that print the money, and the storage devices where the designs of the money are saved on. These days, most prop departments have huge collections of different denominations and even amounts of wear and tear. If they don't have exactly what they're looking for on hand, it's easier to just buy the money rather than deal with the headache of making it. So how will this information help you in your everyday life? Well, it won't. In fact, you'll probably notice the size and quality of the bill in every show and movie you watch from now on. You're welcome, I guess. But that's all the rules surrounding prop money. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video. For more film facts, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching.